wouldn't it be great to have clothing that physically fits us, fits our literal physical self as well as our personal style? I'm going to teach you how to do that. I've been designing and making clothes for about 4 years now. I've done a couple of fashion shows at my previous college, which I've won a few awards with that. Like this piece here was a part of a collection that won the Ready to Wear award, which is clothing that is ready for the masses that would go in the stores that you could pick up. Now, I've also been a Teen Vogue It Girl for about 6 years, and 2 years ago they flew me to New York for this event they have called Teen Vogue Fashion University. And there I learned a lot, I went to seminars, got to meet and speak with designers and stylists like Zac Posen, Brandon Maxwell, Erin Walsh, Adam Selman. It was super cool, it was amazing. But I'm going to teach you how to put your ideas that you have in your mind onto paper, making patterns and draping, and the cutting and sewing process. So first things you're going to need are sketchbooks. I have more than two, but here's one right here. Figure out what kind of designer you want to be in regards to aesthetics and styling. My personal preference is I usually make things that are a little bit more edgy. So I'm going to start, we're gonna use this one, but I mean I have many sketches. And the first thing we're gonna do is plan it out. You gotta sketch, draw it out, and when you draw it out, figure out what you're gonna want. You can pick out the colors, make sure the silhouette's how you want it and how it's gonna be accessorized. And then when you do that, you can figure out based on the colors and how you want it to fit and flow and fall in the body, pick out what kind of fabric you want to use. I'm going to use, we're using this thick quilted jersey knit. It's stretchy as well. And once you do that, you can, and during this, the transition process from putting your thoughts to fruition in physical form, you could drape on a dress form, which is this. You can drape on a dress form to see if it's a different silhouette. You can use the fabric to see how it'll fall and form. You might have to get a different fabric because it might not work the exact way you want it to. And once you do that, you can either use what you draped to create a pattern, but I usually recommend people using measuring tape to measure either yourself or whoever you're making clothes for, so that the clothing fits exactly how it's meant to fit just on that person. And to do that, you measure it, and you can use a pattern. And if you're using a pattern, which are these things, they come in packs. You cut them out. They're a flimsy little paper. You cut them out, place them on fabric, and begin to cut. And when you cut, you make sure that your shears, your fabric shears, never lift off of the ground. And once you're done doing that, you'll have this piece right here, or this is another piece that I used when I was making this. It's a hood piece. This was a pattern that I made myself. I don't have the physical pattern with it, but I have just the leftovers. And once you've done that, you can, if you're using a pattern, patterns come with directions. And so it'll have directions of exactly what you want to do. Even if I do use a pattern, or if I'm using one myself that I made, I typically, just from experience, know what goes with what. It'll usually ask you to place the fabric same size down, same size up, different based on how you want the outside of the clothing, and you sew clothes inside out. So you use a sewing machine. This is a simple one. This is probably one of the cheaper ends to begin sewing your fabric. And based on the kind of fabric you're using, you can use this wheel here to decide what kind of the inches, how like small you want the stitches to be. They can be smaller, larger. And this right here, you can use it to make different stitches. Like it could be straight, could be zigzag, could be different. You can use it if you're using a zipper. There's a zipper foot that goes along with this to help you put your clothing together. And based off of what you've done, you can decide the kind of inside finish with that. And when I mean inside finish, I mean like this one is just a hem. This has been serged, and people usually use serges because it's an extra layer of security for the clothing, so it doesn't rip or come apart. But even then, there's a full book. Like you might have to hand stitch it. Like all these little metallic circles were hand stitched, and you can use a basting stitch, slip stitch, a catch stitch. And this is a finishing, a stitched in pink seam, a seam with a zigzag, turned and stitched. I keep these two books to help me with things that I may have forgotten about. A finished seam, a closed binding. There's many things that you can use based on the type of fabric that you're using. And once you've done that, you turn the clothing inside out. So you usually make clothing like so. So these have been serged and stitched, and once you're finished, you'll flip it inside out, and there's your garment, or that garment. So we went from this right here to finished projects. These are the leggings that go with this angled hoodie, and these metallic striped sweatpants that go with this right here. But like I said, this stuff like this can be hand stitched. Well, this had to be hand stitched, and you can use slip stitch, all that stuff, so you can easily hem and make your own clothing.